Bet Edge, Tuesday, February the 28th. My name is Sean Carrier. Thank you for being with us. This is pick number 2 for today, everybody. We've got a video we posted earlier in the Oklahoma City, Utah Jazz game. Big game for the division. So we've got a full breakdown for that up on the page already. So definitely take a look for that. And as always, be sure to follow us on Twitter at bet_edge. All of our videos, picks, betting tools, everything gets posted up there, and it's all absolutely free. So be sure to follow us there on Twitter at bet_edge. Check the description below for a link, as always. So let's dive right into it, guys. Pick number 2 is in the Charlotte Hornets game, visiting the LA Lakers. And we're going to recommend a full 1-unit selection on the Charlotte Hornets, minus the 3.5 points. And a few reasons why we think that they're the side in tonight's game. So let's dive right into it. We'll start with the recent meetings here. These two teams have played once this year, Charlotte winning 117-113 in Charlotte. I remember this game. I actually bet on the Lakers plus about 8 or 9 points. Charlotte was returning from a long road trip, and the Lakers were up to double digits in the first half and let it all slip away. Charlotte made some adjustments there at halftime and then just did not seem to struggle with anything the Lakers seemed to throw at them. So we're going to hope that that's going to carry forward in tonight's affair, as the Lakers do not strike me as a team that has improved since then. If anything, gotten a little bit worse, and we'll touch on that in a little bit. Just get down to Charlotte's recent history. Just on the surface here, if you look at it, this is a team that's really, really struggling. They've only got 2 W's here in their last 10 games. But if you take a little deeper dive, they are definitely playing better of late. Their last game here, they took the Clippers to overtime, only losing by 3. They were 10-point underdogs. So definitely played better than what the books gave them credit for in that game. Their game before that was a win in Sacramento by 14 points, a good win. Game before that was an OT loss to Detroit, a game that they were up 17 points or so in the second half and let it slip away. And the same story for this Toronto Raptor game. They were up big in this game at one point earlier. So it definitely looks like this team is on the bubble. It looks like they have fixed some of the issues that have been plaguing them, just having some trouble closing out games and holding on to leads. But this LA Lakers side is definitely nowhere near the caliber of the Clippers, the Pistons, or the Raptors, even the Sacramento Kings for that matter. So definitely dropping down a peg in competition tonight. And if they can keep coming out with these strong efforts that they've been coming out with of late, they should definitely get the W here in Staples Center tonight. And looking at the Lakers, this definitely makes us smile when we're betting against a team. They're really bad right now. There's no other way to put it. They've lost 4 in a row. These 3 all by double digits, and the average of these 4 losses, 18.75 points. So just about 19 points they're losing these games by recently. Went into the All-Star break losing by 36 to Phoenix. That was a bet edge pick. We were on Phoenix in that one. And just coming out of the All-Star break, getting smashed by Oklahoma by 17, and then obliterated by the Spurs by 20. Just a team that's in free fall right now. They've traded their number 1 scorer in Lou Williams for really nothing that's going to help them this year. The Lakers are actually in a very interesting situation. If their pick is not in the top 3 this year, they actually lose the pick to Philadelphia, I believe. But if they can somehow keep the tank on and finish in the bottom 3 and get that bottom 3 pick, they will retain their first round draft pick this year. So definitely a team with motivation to lose. If there's any team in the league with motivation to lose, it's these Lakers. And I believe the opposite could be said for Charlotte. They're only 3 games out of 8th in the East. And if they can put a little winning streak together here, they can definitely get right back in that mix. So the referees for tonight's affair, we've got Brent Barnaky, Hayward Workman, maybe one of my least favorite officials in the NBA, and Zach Zarba. So not my favorite crew tonight, but the other 2 officials there, not terrible officials. So hopefully Hayward doesn't do us in. Getting down to the day's rest, not too much that we see here, as they're both coming off the NBA average. 1 day's rest. Charlotte 14 and 19, the Lakers 12 and 25. So Charlotte a little bit better. The one thing I did see here that I'd like to point out, their average 4 on 1 day's rest, very, very similar, 103.4 to 103.2. But the defense, the average against on 1 day's rest, Charlotte at just about 102, the Lakers at 110. That's an 8-point difference in defense. So if that's what separates these teams here, that should fall well within a cover for these Charlotte Hornets. Getting down to the injury report, some positive things here that we're going to see for the Charlotte Hornets. They should have Cody Zeller back in the game tonight. He's listed as questionable. From some of the things I'm reading, he's going through the practices. He's very close to return. Tonight would be a good game to get him back into action against the Lakers. Not the most physical or abusive team there in the association. Definitely could be a good game to get him in, get him some run, get him 15 minutes or so, and get his legs back under him. But if we could get Zeller back in for the Hornets, should definitely give them a boost in tonight's affair. So we'll just get to the stat graphic and the summary. Sorry, the headings here are not here, but I'll go through them with you. Lost our cursor. Here we go. So here, offense per 100 possessions is this first category, and Charlotte holds a 2-point edge in offense per 100 possessions. The defense per 100 possessions, quite a bigger edge, closer to 6-point edge in defense per 100 possessions. They shoot just about the equivalent field goal percentage, points per shot the exact same, and then Charlotte with edges in the rebounding and turnover percentage. So if we can win these two stat categories here, that should give us more possessions, and that should definitely help be the difference in a game where two teams shoot such identical percentages. And then these two categories just drive home that Charlotte just the more efficient team on offense and defense. So we're going to look for that to help them get it done tonight in Staples. So we'll just run through the summary real fast. Charlotte has won all of their last 4 games against these Lakers and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these teams. Charlotte playing better than their record would indicate. As we just touched on earlier, they've been in games and probably should be on a 4 or 5 game winning streak right now, if they could just hold on to some leads. And the Lakers have lost all of their last 4 games, and by an average of 18 points. So not a team that's in these games right now. A team that's definitely searching for answers on both sides of the basketball, and coming off just 1 day's rest, probably haven't solved a bunch of those issues as of yet. And then Charlotte only 3 games back of the 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Watching this team play right now, it definitely, I don't think they've given up. I think if they can definitely string some W's together here, they'll get right back in it. And I would not be surprised if they could grab that 8th and final playoff spot. This is a quality team with some really good players on it in Nicholas Batum and Kemba Walker. So hopefully this winning streak starts tonight. That's what we're banking on. And the last bullet point here, Charlotte with edges in offense, defense, rebounding, and turnover percentage. A bunch of reasons here, guys, to pull the trigger on the Hornets, minus the 3.5 points. So put it on the board. Charlotte Hornets, minus 3.5 points. Our second pick for today. As we said, check the page for our other video we released in the OKC Utah Jazz game. I feel a heater starting today. I think we're going 2 for 2. So get on the train, guys. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, as always. It's where all the picks get posted, all our videos, and some great betting tools, all absolutely free. So be sure to follow us there at bet_edge. Link in the description below. As always, guys, thank you for being with us. Good night and good luck.